everyone, welcome back to Where in the Herd is Tiffany. On today's channel, we are going to be talking about how I spent my long layover in Nairobi, Kenya. I was actually on my way to Tanzania, but I'm like, hey, I want to stop in. I want to check some things out. And also I had a friend there who was been living there for years, and she's like, hey, I'll help you put an itinerary together. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go. So stay tuned as we tell you about all the things we did, such as hanging out with friends, hanging out with some cool animals, seeing some cultural dances. So yeah, let's go. So when I got to Kenya, it was very, very easy. But I will say, do not be like me. I did not realize that you needed a transit visa. So I wish I would have known that. So I had to step out of the immigration line, go to like a little room and get on my phone and actually purchase the visa. And then once I purchased the visa, I think it was like maybe 40 to 50 bucks. Once I purchased it, and I was able to go back to the front of the line and show it to her, and then I was on my way. But save yourself time. And then once I got there, Uber works really well, so I was able to get the Uber. And the airport is very, I would say, small in the sense that, like, literally once you walk out the ramp, like the cars or where the Uber will be is like right there. And so they were able to take me to I got an Airbnb. It's like I heard they giving out milk. He the one have the, what is it, the thing in his mouth. What is it?
Tusk.
Not, yeah, there you go. Seems like he's dropping more than he's drinking.
Yeah, no, in Thailand, it's so interesting. It's not the third time that I've done a thing, and it comes out for me more lame. Like, because like in Thailand, you can
Get on here, and now you don't want to, So then when we go to bathe them, the guy was like, be careful, because they like to roll around. Right there in that one. Oh, here comes some more.
This rope is not going to be enough.
We people that are abiding check at the park to ensure that the park is kept free and
damn, they orphaned the baby because he was stuck in mud. Maybe.
27 milk-dependent orphans. Oh my God, look how cute the baby rhino is. So my favorite activity of the day was the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, okay? So this was a really cool spot. If you love elephants, you will love this. They have 2 showings for the day, so check to see which one is best for you. But basically, it's a elephant orphanage. So at this orphanage, they rescue elephants. I think they have to be under 5 years old. And so there are several elephants there. And the thing that is really cool about them is I love how in tune the staff are with the elephants. there was at least 20 to 40 elephants, and they could name each elephant by name. Okay, to me, they all look the same, y'all. And then they also tell their story of how they were rescued. I remember one of the stories, they were saying how it was actually a different animal, because they have elephants and I want to say rhinos. But anyway, they told the story of the rhino of how he was blind, and so the mom decided to just abandon him, so they came and rescued him. And so each of the elephants have a story. I think one of the stories was they just seem to be abandoned by the mother. Sometimes they don't know why, but they can tell you the exact name, location, and place where they picked up these elephants. And so it reminded me of humans. I was like, oh my God, elephants are just like humans. As a social worker or a social work background, you know, we work with people who are displaced or kids that are displaced. And so it really reminded me of that. And so I think the reason why they decided to start this orphanage, because back in the day, I'm not sure if it's still happening, but it was very big where they were poaching elephants. And so they want to make sure that they are preserving them. They have to start off with the babies. And as you can see, they have to drink milk. And so they make the milk because the mothers are no longer around. So definitely check out this activity. I think it was like $20 per person. And it was just cool just to see them like having fun. They're babies, but they're huge. So to see them rolling around in the mud and all that kind of stuff, I just thought that was so cute. But yeah, that was definitely my favorite activity.
One for you, one for me.
A video.
Video, but you get snapshot from the video.
Okay. Hi, Kelly. You finished? Time. Our last stop of the day was to Giraffe National Center. So it's very cool being up close. So there's a difference of seeing giraffes far away and then being able to see them up in person. So that was cool. When you purchase your ticket, they're gonna give you like a little bowl, and it has like the little green pellets in there. And so basically you kind of like drop it in their mouth in order to feed them. You'll see their long and slimy tongue. So that was fun to interact with them. I think there was only like 2 giraffes out while I was there. Somebody asked me a question about pictures. So there are lots of people around. It's very hard to get like a solo picture or anything like that. I don't know if they offer photography. I doubt it, because I didn't see any like photographers out there. Usually if that's the case, they'll say, hey, would you like to take a picture? There was none of that. Now I will say there is Giraffe Manor, which is like close by, but that's also, it's over $1,000 a night for Giraffe Manor. So choose, do you want to pay $15, $20 to go feed the giraffes, but you may be with a lot of people, or you can decide to go Giraffe Manor, which one day I'm going to do that as well. Very picturesque. It's just literally cool when I see the pictures. But definitely check out the Giraffe Center. I will say, wait, because we went closer to the time it was closing. I will say after everybody finally left, we were sitting down just drinking some sodas. They have snacks and stuff. And so I saw that it was clear. So I was like, hey, let me walk back up there. I saw the dress. So I was able to take at least a picture by myself. So that's another idea if you have time to kind of wait till it closes. But definitely a great place to check out. And then across the street, there was somebody selling jewelry. I bought these earrings. I bought some Africa earrings. And then I also bought, it was like a bracelet to go with it. So definitely go shopping after you go there. And you can bargain. That's the good thing about Africa. Bargain, bargain, bargain. went to the Bomas of Kenya. I was about $20, I would say, and they do take cards, so that's what I paid in. And so basically, it is a huge farm. It wasn't filled to the capacity. But basically it's cultural dances. So there's a narrator and she talks about each song and dance, where they come from in the region. I guess in different parts of Kenya, they will showcase that song. So it was fun to watch that. And then towards the end or the middle of the show, they definitely have crowd participation. So if you like to dance or you want to learn the local Kenyan dance, I would say go ahead and join during that particular time. So after doing all those activities, of course, we had to stop in the middle because we were hungry. I hadn't ate breakfast that day. And so we went to a place called Cultiva. It wasn't necessarily Kenyan food on the menu because there was like tacos and hamburgers and different things like that. So what I tried for an appetizer, it was a guacamole and fish dip. Very, very interesting. With a beetroot chip. Never had that before. And this is why I'm so glad that my palate has opened up, because I would have never tried anything like that. But it was actually pretty good. And then I also had a beef burger and french fries that were good. You can't go wrong with burger and fries. I almost went for the tacos, which I love tacos. I was like, let me try this. And they also have some very interesting mocktails and cocktails. I don't drink, but the mocktails were very good. You'll see a picture of it. So definitely check out Cultiva if you are in Nairobi. They ain't supposed to be fighting each other. They supposed to be protecting themselves from the other ones. They ain't backing down either. Something done happened. What y'all think happened, y'all? CJ, make up a scenario. So early in the morning, I started a game drive, I guess you would call it. So I went to the Nairobi National Park. I believe I got picked up around 6:30. I was tired, but we rode with it. And so we definitely saw a bunch of different animals. So you'll see that in there. So if you only have a short amount of time, I say start your day early, stay there for a couple hours, and then you can go on to the next activity. But of course, it's always cool seeing the animals in their natural habitat. So that was definitely a good time. And I had not been on a safari in a while. Technically, I have been on a safari in Ghana, but it's not like an East African safari or a South African safari. So it was good to get back out there into the game drive. So check it out. Oh, make sure you buy your ticket in advance. You can buy it online. I think it was $44. So not too expensive for a game drive. So I thought that was a really good price. Yeah, let's get into this water jug, okay? I've never seen this at an Airbnb, so this is special. Especially because you can't drink the water in other countries. So the fact that they thought about that for this apartment makes me very happy. The Airbnb was called Roma Court. So Roma Court was not that far, and it was like a fully furnished apartment. I was able to shower. Unfortunately, I was actually working at the time, so I wasn't able to really relax or lay down because I only had about 2 to 3 hours in the room. You have to see if it's worth it to rent a room for that time. But I guess if you want to shower or something like that, I think the room was under $60. Very helpful. Took my stuff to the room. The bellhop person, they helped me take it back down. I forgot my charger. He brought me up a charger. One of the things I did, like I think I pointed out in the video, was that they had a water thing. So, you know, in Africa, they tell you to drink bottled water. So I was happy to see that there was a whole big water jug in the room. That was a highlight. Can y'all believe that was a highlight for me in the room? But yes, so choose an Airbnb or choose a hotel. I didn't think it was worth it to choose a hotel because I was only there for a short amount of time. So decide what you want to do when you have these type of layovers, because I think my plane landed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So nothing's really open at that time. But that's the reason why we started with the game drive, because the park's open very early in the morning. So once I was finished with all of my activities, I then headed back to the airport. I almost got scared because the airport traffic, going to the airport, it was a lot of traffic. But thank God, by the time I got there, I still made it. I was still able to check in. And so everything worked out fine. And so, yeah, I headed to my gate, which was upstairs after you go through the security. And then I was able to get on my flight. And the next flight was only, I believe, an hour to Tanzania. So definitely, if you want to experience a layover, I would say try to get a layover more than 10 hours so that way you're not rushing. I didn't feel rushed because I had all day, but obviously we were moving very quickly for the day because I did have to get to my airport. Now looking back, I kind of wish that I would have stayed a little bit longer or extended that layover for 24 hours, 48 hours. I was having a good time with the people that I met there, and so I wish I could have hung out with them a little bit more. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know if you do this type of layover and if you do any of the activities that I suggested in the comment section. All right, peace.